Welcome to paradise. Okay, I just got home from Spirit Lake, and it kicked my butt, and so I want to get back on the horse, as they say. I'm going to go to Coeur d'Alene tomorrow. I'm going to launch right there. It's called Sunup Resort, Sunup Bay. So I'm going to launch right there. I'm going to fish in there. That's called Windy Bay. I'm going to try that. Then I'm going to run right around this point, and I'm going to fish Rockford Bay. Then, depending on how I do, if I have success, I'm going to run across the lake over here to Powderhorn Bay. And you know, if I have 3 spots, that'll be enough. But if I'm striking out here, I'm going to run all the way down to this part of the lake. It's shallow. It gets you know, 15-foot zone in here. So looks like it's a lot shallower. There's a river. It's called the St. Mary's River that runs into this part of the lake. I think I'm going to fish down here if I don't have any success up there. So that'll be, I'm going tomorrow morning. I'm losing track of my days. May 4th. See, I have an ambitious goal. I want to fish 11 lakes before the first day of summer. I fished 2 now, so 9 more. I want to fish 9 more lakes before the first day of summer. So I can't really take a whole lot of time off if I'm going to do that. So anyway, hopefully it's not as windy. That wind really kicked my rear end, but it probably will be. I'll have to adapt to it. I like throwing that Senko when they're up like that, but it just doesn't work for me in the wind. But anyway, we're gonna be back at it tomorrow, so I'll see you on the water tomorrow. Okay, so I'm out here on Coeur d'Alene. Rather than mount the camera and get everything set up every time I tell you I want to do something, I decided I'm gonna just get out here and just kind of try to figure things out before I set everything up. So what I did was I launched in Sunup Bay. It was 45 degrees, the water in there. I came out of there, I ran into all the way to the back of Windy Point. It was 46. I decided at that point I was going to run. It's a long run. I didn't know it was that far, but I was going to run all the way down to where I showed you on the map, the shallower water. I still might, but what I did was I pulled into this little cut off the main lake and started throwing the sinking minnow, and on my second cast I caught a smallie. So that's when I set everything up. And so right now I'm going to try to establish that pattern. I'm fishing, it's deep out there, and then it comes up kind of, you know, say 10 to 15 feet here on this shelf. I don't think they spawn here, but they might spawn in here on the docks, but it's just too cold right now for that. So the wind's blowing, obviously. I apologize, you probably can hardly hear me. My clip-on mic is supposed to be coming today, so hopefully this is the last video with you know, noise in the audio. So I'm gonna fish this bank. I got one. If I get another one, I'll try to duplicate that in other parts of the lake. And so let's get started. I'm drifting, so I'm gonna head back. This is the second one on this stretch, if it's a bass. Oh, there's a smallie. He's about, oh shit, he's barely a keeper, but man, I tell you, they fight. Whew. They do, they fight. Come here. Come here. Look at this guy. Holy mackerel. I've never seen him fight like that. It's like a trout. And you're not going to get a hook in me, pal. He's a keeper, but here's the thing. That's two. Come on. That's two on this stretch. So, I don't know. That's kind of a pattern. I've been fishing about 10 minutes. That's two fish. I don't know, what's that, 100 yards? So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run, I'm probably gonna end up on the other side of this little, I don't want to call it a bay. It's like a little cut off the main lake. So I want to duplicate this. This is like a, they coming in out of the deep, and then I think probably moving in there to spawn. I'm going to work my way through this cut a little bit and just see if I establish them. Now here's the thing, if I start catching them in here, I'm not going, that's a long drive. I'm not even halfway, and I've been driving a while. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head back that way. There's a bunch of these cuts like this that I passed up coming in here, and I'll try to duplicate this on all of those on the way back. But let's first see. Two's a start, but it's not, you know, we need to get a couple more in there. Okay, so I went to that other side of the cut and I tried that. I didn't have any luck there. Came back on this one where I caught the two, and I continued up that stretch. I didn't get any more there, but I made a decision. I'm not going to make that run. It's really far. I'm going to head back this way, and I'm going to try to duplicate that pattern on the way back in all these little cuts and see if I can establish something. If not, I've got time to run across the lake. The river is over here, and I may just run in there. I haven't decided yet. So I just caught one. I didn't have my camera set up. About 2.5 pound smallie in here. I'm in the back of Windy Bay. That's my third one of the day. I've tried, it got calm, so I was able to fish docks. Nothing there. Couldn't duplicate that morning pattern when I had those two in 10 minutes. So I came all the way in the bay. It's really hot today, but the water back here is still only 47. But came all the way in the back here of Windy Bay. I'm working the sinking minnow. See if I get one more back here. I'll probably quit and just mark it for tournament day. Okay, so I made a decision today. These big lakes, I'm going to pre-fish 2 days instead of one. I just can't cover enough water. I ended up with 3 fish. I think I only have one on camera. 3 smallies. The one in here was decent, probably 2.5 pounds. I think I can catch fish back there. There was 2 other boats, and I have that 100-yard rule, so I left. I caught the one, and then I got out of there. But I think there's fish in there. But I want to go fish the shallow part of this lake. I want to pre-fish it. So today's Wednesday. We got big storms coming Thursday and Friday. I don't want to be out here. And I have another rule besides the 100-yard rule. I don't fish weekends. So Monday, I'm going to go hit the shallow part of this lake. It'll be pre-fish day 2. And then I'll figure out what I want to do for tournament day, which probably be Tuesday. I think all these bigger lakes, I'm going to probably do 2 days of pre-fish. It's too hard to try to do it in one day. So anyway, that's the scoop. So I'll be back be back Monday. Probably get wet. I mean, it's supposed to rain for like 6 days, but the next 2 are supposed to be heavy, so I'll be back Monday. Okay, well, it's Thursday morning, and one thing I've learned is I can't do these bigger lakes in one day of pre-fish. There's just too much water. So yesterday I launched out of sunup, and I ran into the back of Windy Bay. The water was 45 degrees. I didn't stay. Came out. I ran into, what did I do? Oh, I was going to make this run all the way to there, the bottom part of the lake. Man, that's a long run. I didn't know it was going to be that long of a run. So I stopped here, and I caught fish right on this point. I caught 2. I think I got 1 on camera. 1 I caught before I set up the camera. That's the thing. I'm going to start. I'm kind of dialing in on this. You know, it's all new to me. The best way to do this for me is to get on a body of water I'm not familiar with, and just spend time trying to figure things out without setting up cameras. I'm gonna keep the GoPro camera on, so any fish catches during that time I'll record. But the main camera takes too long to, I have to set it up, hook it up, and it just takes away from my focus and time. So I'm just going to try to figure it out. Then when I think I've got it figured out, then I'll start recording, my plan of attack, which is kind of what I did. I caught 1 here. It's real deep out here, and then it came up shallow right here on this point, and it had rock on it, and I caught a smallmouth pretty quick. So that's when I turned on the cameras, and I caught a second one, so 2 within 10 minutes. I left that area. It might be an area that if I don't find anything else better, I'll fish that on tournament day, but I tried to duplicate it. So I headed back towards sunup here, and I tried to hit these points and try to find, the same thing. I didn't find it. I couldn't find anything else. So then it got calm. It actually got hot, and I flipped a bunch of docks. Figured I'd try to establish a dock pattern when the water was flat. Didn't get anything. I went into the back of Windy Bay again. Now the temperature was 48 or 49, I think it was, which is still cold, but it was warming up. I mean, it was hot yesterday, 72. Well, for us it's hot. So I think it was 72. Now we're going back down into the 40s, which is going to cool that water back down. But my theory, like I said, is once they commit, a lot of those fish are going to stay. Anyway, I caught one off camera, a decent smallmouth in here. There was another boat in here, and then another boat was coming in here. So I'm assuming that this is, a community spot. But again, if I don't find anything pre-fishing, my tournament day is going to be here and maybe that other spot over here where I had the 2. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go a second pre-fish day. I'm going to launch down here on the south end of the lake at this launch ramp right here, and I am going to spend the day in this area here. It's shallow. There's a river that runs into the lake. It's called the St. Mary's River. Now they're calling these lakes down here, which, like, this is called Chatcolette Lake, Round Lake. I mean, I don't really understand that. I don't see any separation. I'm assuming it's still part of Lake Coeur d'Alene. But anyway, I'm going to try to figure something out. I'm going tomorrow in the rain. I'm going to get wet. And we'll see if I come up with anything tomorrow. And then tournament will be Monday. I'm going to get wet. I looked at the weather. It's 100% chance of rain for like, I don't know, 4 days in a row. So and I don't want to wait for good days, because up here, you know, I'll be waiting till mid-June. So anyway, that's the plan. So next time we talk, I'll be out here, and once I think I've maybe figured something out, I'll turn on the tripod camera, and in the meantime, I'll video with the GoPro. Okay, here we are, the south end of Coeur d'Alene Lake. There's a big bridge over there. I'm going to limit my search to in here. This is like its own lake. I guess that's why they call it that. I can't pronounce the name, but so the bridge is my boundary, and I'm going to work all this. There's a river over here somewhere that flows in. The water, when I launched, the water's right at 50 degrees. So I don't know that it's going to get any warmer than 50 degrees, because I don't think the air is going to get much above 50 today. It's supposed to get rain. I haven't got wet yet, but I'm sure it's coming. The wind's blowing a little. It's supposed to blow harder. The water's clear. I'm going to throw the sinking minnow. I'm not going to set the other camera up unless I establish something in here. It's 8:30 in the morning, which for me is early. I'm not usually out here at 8:30 this time of year. I'm going to fish at least 8 hours today. I got to get back for the Kings hockey game at 7, and I'm an hour and a half from home, so I'm going to leave here by 5 or 5:30. So let's get started. And oh, here's the map. This is the map. So basically, the bridge I'm looking at over there is right. It's probably either here or here, and I'm going to just be working in here. You know, there's some deep water here. The map showed shallow. I'm in 34 feet right now, so it's deeper than that map showed. Anyway, I'm going to start at this point right here, and I'll get back to you. Okay, well, this day sucked. I started down in that south end of the lake. I spent 6 hours there. I didn't stay the whole 8 hours. I wasn't getting anything, so I packed up. I loaded the boat on the trailer. I drove up here to back to Sunup Bay. I launched here. I've been here a couple hours. Had one bite back there in Windy Bay. Missed them. It's about time for me to go home. It's like, I don't know, 4:30. So I'm coming back out Monday for tournament day, but I really don't have a solid plan. I had those two that first morning of pre-fish. I had 2 in 10 minutes, and then I tried to duplicate that all over the lake, and I couldn't find any other ones. So I'll definitely be starting there, and I'll fish. I'll fish it thoroughly. At least we know there's 2 there. Anyway, that's it. Little disappointing. I've been getting my rear end handed to me here these last few days. I don't know if it's the cold or me, but I ain't giving up. I'll be back Monday, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, well, it's Sunday. I'm going to be fishing that Coeur d'Alene tournament day tomorrow. I didn't think it could get colder, but it did. It snowed up in Schweitzer, which is a little higher than here. There's a chance of snow here tonight. I'm going to be fishing in probably 45-degree weather. The water's probably going to be low 40s by then. I made a decision if I go out there, these last 3 videos have not been that entertaining just because I haven't been catching fish. If I go out on the lake tomorrow, I don't see myself having a great day. So I had planned on doing a series on Lake Coeur d'Alene and a separate series on the Coeur d'Alene River. There's a chain of lakes that are off the Coeur d'Alene River. There's like 8 backwater lakes. I'm going to combine them tomorrow. No pre-fish on the lake, the chain. I'm just going to go out tomorrow like a tournament. I'm going to fish the lake probably for an hour or so. There's one spot where I had those 2 smallmouth real quick, 10 minutes apart. I'm going to fish that thoroughly. Then I'm going to run up the Coeur d'Alene River and I'm going to fish those backwater lakes because I'm hoping they're a little bit warmer just because they're in the backwater, although I don't have a lot of confidence just because it's so cold. I don't know how that water could be warming up, but I'm going to try that. And so I'm going to combine them and see what happens. I'm going to get the map. I'll show you on the map what my plan is for tomorrow, and we'll see how we do. Okay, so tomorrow morning I'm driving to it's a town called Harrison, and there's supposed to be a launch ramp right there. Okay, I think that the spot where I caught those smallmouth pre-fishing on the lake was right here. And so I have it on my GPS on the boat, but I'm pretty sure it's right here. So fortunately it's really close. So I'm going to run across the lake. I'm going to fish this area with the sinking minnow and my craw. I'm going to work it, pretty thoroughly. Then I'm just going to run back across. I'm going to go up into the Coeur d'Alene River here. Then as you can see, well, maybe you can't see, this is Anderson Lake, this is Thompson Lake, and then further up the river there's these other lakes here, Blue Lake, Black Lake, Swan Lake. I don't know how many I'm going to do. I'm going to fish probably an 8-hour day, so depending on how long I'm in these lakes, I don't imagine I'll fish more than 4 of these backwater lakes, but that's the plan. So I'm gonna try to see if I can somehow catch a limit, and we'll see what happens. It's about a almost 2-hour drive for me to this launch ramp. I'm gonna try to start by like 9, fish till 4 or 5.